Hey guys, and welcome to the channel. My name is Nick O'Leary, and today we're looking at something that almost every Mercedes-Benz has, and that is a thing called a vehicle tracker. And at the end of the video, I'll share with you a couple of tips on how to make use of it, and there is a hidden way that not many people know about on how you can turn it off on the inside of the car. So if your car has a thing called Mercedes Me, then the chances are you probably do have this feature. It kind of launched roughly 2015-ish in the UK, so if your Mercedes-Benz is 2015 or newer, the chances are you might have it. But as always, it does vary around the world, so if you're not sure, double check with your local Mercedes-Benz dealership and they can let you know for sure. So with that in mind, why do you need a vehicle tracker? Well, there could be a couple of reasons. Say you're going to lend it to a friend or family member and you wanted to keep an eye on its location, or leave your keys with an airport car park whilst you visit another country. This is the perfect solution. So I guess a question everyone has right now, could you use this as an actual tracker in the event of a theft? Yes, but this technology only uses signals from the mobile phone networks and GPS from the car's sat-nav, and does have some limitations, but for day-to-day use it could be perfect. However, if you're after ultimate protection, a dedicated tracker from the company called Tracker use VHF and mesh networks which actually tie directly to the police, which may be more suitable. But for day-to-day use, let's have a look at Mercedes-Benz's built-in one. So to use this facility, you will need a Mercedes Me account. Now I have covered this in a previous video prior to this, so if you wanted to check that out, the link will be up above and also be in the description down below. Basically, in a nutshell, Mercedes Me is like your Mercedes-Benz account and you have your car linked to your account. Now if you purchase from a main Mercedes dealership like this one here, they will have done this for you, but just in case you haven't purchased from a Mercedes dealership, get in touch with them and they'll let you know what to do and the next steps to take to get it linked. But for the purposes of this video, I'm going to presume you've done all the above, your car's on your account and ready to go. So to use this vehicle tracker function, of course, it needs to be roughly 2015 or newer, but again, double check with your local Mercedes if you're not sure. But you will need a thing called the remote package, and you can purchase this on the Mercedes Me store if you wanted to make use of this. So, for example, this car here does have this, and it has a few things like unlock and lock, and on this particular one, because it's electric, you can turn the climate control on and off as well, set the temperature and all sorts. So that's really cool. That forms part of the remote package. But there's an extra thing called the vehicle tracker which is included in it. And that is on the bottom right hand corner, just down there on this little kind of triangle thing here. So this is the location of the car. If I tap on here, we can clearly see that it is just there. And what is quite clever, it actually changes to a red kind of location symbol when it's on the move, so you can actually kind of track it almost in real time. It updates every 2 or 3 minutes or so, so it's quite clever. Now one thing that people do ask about is a thing called geofencing. Geofencing is quite cool, so it's all built into it, and basically if you scroll down here you can see my areas, and this is particularly useful if say you're about to go on holiday and you're not going to use your car for a short while, and you're going to leave it with, I don't know, the airport car park, for example, and you reluctantly have to give them your keys. You can make an area around that car park, so say it was like, I don't know, that big there. Basically, if your car leaves that area, you will get an email notification to say it's left. So kind of like an extra eye, just keeping an eye on your car. Could be even useful as well if you're going to lend your car out to someone and you say don't leave the town, for example, you can kind of set that area there, and if your car leaves that area, again you'll get an email alert. You can even set it up as well so that if the car enters the zone or exits the zone, or even both. So there's quite a few things you can do on there, and basically just customize that variation on the on geofencing. So yeah, one really good use case there. So what about if you wanted to switch this particular thing off? Now you could go onto the Mercedes Me app and then go onto here and go to manage services, find the tracking facility on here, the kind of vehicle tracker service, and switch it off here. But you can also switch it off in the car as well. So to turn this off in the car, it's really easy. All you do is just scroll all the way to the right hand side on your multimedia system, go into settings, and then scroll across to the tab that says system. In here, if you then scroll down to the menu option that says Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, then go all the way to the bottom and see transmit vehicle position. This is the one that transmits the position of the vehicle to the Mercedes Me app. So all you do is just toggle that off, and then that will turn that feature off. Just remember, of course, if you want to see the car's location, you'll need to toggle that back on, as you can't toggle that off remotely, so it can only be done in the car. So then guys, that's tracking in your Mercedes-Benz via Mercedes Me, but what about if you wanted to know more, like through tips and tricks? Well, that is where I'd recommend checking out this playlist right here, because this one shows you all these little secrets and hacks and shortcuts and things for virtually any Mercedes-Benz 2014 or newer. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Huge shout out to these guys, Sandown Mercedes-Benz, as they help provide access to all these awesome cars you see in the videos. But until next week, see you then.